If your videos struggle to get more than 500 views within the first 24 hours of publishing, it's not your fault. Fact of the matter is, most of the tips and tactics you hear about getting views and succeeding, they don't really work until you identify the obstacle that stands between you and the results that you're after. And yes, absolutely, it's the algorithm. But fact of the matter is, the algorithm is really just one of a handful of things that stop almost all creators from success. In this video, I really want to break down and talk about your individual channel and how to think about YouTube success so you can identify why you're struggling to get views. I want to explain why most videos, which are based on strategy. This morning I'm watching a video talking about, again, just settings and this setting and then optimize. That's not what YouTube is about. And until we really take a hard look at what's working and what's not working on our channel and figure out how to overcome, we'll always struggle. Here's the good news. If you don't want to create a voiceover, that's cool. You don't have to. And if you don't want to be on camera, again, no problem. But to leave it at that and not really identify why these things often help creators to break out is really going to be the thing that pulls you down. It's going to be the obstacle in the way. And really, I want to begin with 1% videos because these are just as bad as the algorithm when it comes to holding your channel back. Think about YouTube success like this. Almost all the videos that you're watching are from YouTube creators that have this ability to publish videos that are in the top 1%. What that means is that they've got something that works, it's effective, they can publish a video to their individual channel and they get the views that we all want. But fact of the matter is, these creators are in an elite group. Creators that have an ability to publish videos again and again that get 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 views and so on. But if you're not that, then we need to step back and figure out what's not working with our particular channel. Think about it like this. So again, so many videos, they're based on strategy on YouTube, which if you don't have strategy in 2025, it's really challenging. But it's not enough, because think of your channel as a ship. And you can have the most incredible strategy to get from point A to point B, but the fact of the matter is, it won't matter if your ship has a massive hole in it. Strategy doesn't really help when the ship is sinking. And it really begins with a painfully obvious truth. Actually, 3 of them. 1, you gotta get viewers to click on your videos more of the time. This is known as CTR. It has to improve for you to get the views. Number 2 is you gotta keep viewers watching longer. That's it, painfully obvious truth. You might say, I know that, give me something new. We're getting there, but we need to start here, because most creators, they say, well, I already know that, but they don't really focus on improving these things as mentioned, and they struggle. And number 3, and this is super, super important, we have to bring viewers back to our channel. And that means we need to build it in a certain way that creates this kind of unique viewing experience for the viewer. Your channel provides something really unique and different that viewers can't get anywhere else but your channel. And once we start thinking in this manner, then we can start identify, why is my ship busted? Why do I have this hole that's not allowing me to get to my destination? And these things are the fundamental elements of YouTube success. Now, I've got a workflow that I've used for ages, and it really allows anybody to stay on track, honoring what's most important to the algorithm and to viewers so we can succeed. And the first step is just understanding how this process works. And I like to think of it as a looping method, right? And all you do is you publish a video like you always do, but then you stop and the next day the day after, you go back and you simply review how your video is performing, and you want to get really honest with yourself and say, if I was a viewer, what is it about these videos that I'm publishing, and specifically this video, that needs improving? What are the elements contained, elements that are important to viewers that are pulling my videos down? And you might think my audio's bad. I do need to edit. Like, I don't have to edit crazy Hollywood production style videos, but if I just remove that dead space at the beginning, I would have had better audience retention, which is a measurement of how long viewers are watching. So by doing this, we really honor and we stay on track with the things that matter to viewers, and we can grow. And this very simple process keeps us on track, allows us to improve over time, and we don't have to worry about all the things. And what's most beautiful is we're trying to identify why our ship is sinking, why it's not working out. Instead of just randomly watching YouTube video tips from creators that have a perfect ship and they're sailing and they're moving forward, and we're wondering why the tips don't work, because we've got this massive hole. That's really the process. Here are the 10 things that you want to identify and think about. And fact of the matter is, there are a lot of new ways to think about YouTube success, and it begins with research and recon. You want to make sure that your channel is in a very specific YouTube niche. You want to make sure that you're really honoring the viewers and what they want. This is something that I struggle with all the time. Even this video is not really in perfect alignment of where I want to go, but I'm getting there day by day. And what I mean by that is, it's not just enough to know you're in the niche. We have to connect with our audience on an emotional level. We need to show up and give them something they can connect to. Now, if you're not on camera, cool, but have a voiceover. If you're not doing that either, if you're like, I'm sorry, I can't be on camera, I don't want to create a voiceover, that's fine. But there are ways we can really make it easier for the audience to connect, and I'll talk about that as we move forward. Furthermore, when you really identify what channels are growing in your space, you can identify what's working for the audience, and you can try to encapsulate that in your own way, not losing sight of who you are, your authentic self, but also being really honest with yourself and saying, what is it about what they're doing and how can I get there too? And that's item number 9. You really want to think about what your audience needs to move forward. And so by showing up and really getting connected with your audience and so on, figuring out like what they want to make, if you've got a channel about arts and crafts, figuring out like where is there a gap in the audiences or the niches on YouTube around food, like really thinking about the niche, and again, number 9, the audience, and doing what you can to honor where they're at and what they want to learn about, what they want to be entertained by, and so on. And that brings us to number 8, which is your unique value proposition. This is something just to be aware of and to work on over time. This isn't something you need to have perfectly laid out and figured out, but it is something that if you really think about what the audience wants, you can incorporate into your value proposition, and it'll allow you to stand out and get the success that you're after. Number 6 is critical. It's video quality. This is more than enough. It's not about fancy lights. It's not about high quality cameras and lenses, although because I really am into photography and into video, because I've done YouTube for ages, this is something that I love to lean on, but it's not the most important thing. However, there is something, and there is a bar that needs to be met. If your audio is subpar, improve it. And furthermore, when we use this looping method, we don't want to move on after we publish our next video unless we've improved the thing we're focusing on with the current video. If your audio sucks, You make a video, it's still not where you want it to be. Continue to work on that. So once you get it dialed in, most of your videos will be better because you've identified how to improve your audio. Item number 5, video topics and titles. And I just kind of broke down a really great example. A video topic is this new update that's happening on May 12th. That matters to my viewers. I might not think it's that important, but when I make that video, I'm honoring them. And furthermore, when I think to myself, like, what is a really great way to package that? How can I tell a story in my title and my thumbnail that really allows me to get more viewers to click? Item number 4 is your video's big idea. You want to have something in your video that's different from other videos on YouTube. Here's the good news. If you're on camera, you're already creating a viewing experience that's unique to you and who you are. Perfect. But that's not good enough. We also want to strive to be the best we can be. To be our authentic self, absolutely, but to try to be our best version of ourselves as well. Furthermore, by just creating a list of videos and then within each video thinking about, like, what is the angle of this video? What's my big idea? Jotting those things down and thinking about them over time. You know, I've got a list of tons of videos I can create, and then I come back to these videos and I film them, and as I do that, I find I get better results. Item number 3 is super powerful, and it'll help you get amazing results. Just do this. It's the thumbnail. The thumbnail is critically important. All you need to do is save a single frame from your current video. You can actually do this in a lot of editing softwares. Not only can you save your video file, but you can export a single frame from your video. Perfect. Then the thing to think about is just to create 3 different versions of the thumbnail inside of a free app like Canva. Like this thumbnail that you're seeing now, you could create this in Canva. I created 3 of them in literally 2 minutes. I exported 1 frame. I used the same image for my 3 thumbnails. All I did was change the text, and this particular thumbnail had about 20% more viewers clicking. And obviously, that's the kind of result that can improve the CTR, which is one of the critical metrics, super powerful. If you want more tips on improving your CTR, I'll link you to another video at the end of this one. Item number 2 is to study your analytics and really think about, the engagement metrics within YouTube Studio. Measure the individual performance of your videos, paying attention to watch time, CTR, and so on. Finally, item number 1. This is the biggest thing. It's the most important thing by far. It's how we communicate in our videos. If you're on camera, perfect. If you're not, no problem, your voiceover. If you don't have a voiceover, how are you communicating and making it easy for viewers to follow along mentally with the story you're crafting and creating, or with the tips and tactics you're sharing? Use text on your screen. Create a silent vlog. If you don't want to do that, create an AI voice bot that you can add to your videos. AI is not evil. It's just that some people are going to use it in evil ways. Lastly, bonus tip. Keep showing up. Keep publishing. And believe that your next video is the thing that's going to help you get there. Because it is. Over time, creators are just far more likely to blow up. It takes a while. You can still do it. I believe in you, and do this. This video on the screen now really covers the YouTube algorithm and how to really make viewers fall in love with your videos. And this video will help increase your click-through rate. I'll see you on the next one.